a video and a topic of the day. So I got this topic idea from YouTube. I was watching a video of a fellow YouTuber that I frequently watch her videos. Her name is Maria David. And she talks about a lot of different things, they're usually related to being a woman, you know, typically being a black woman, but just being a woman in general. And so the topic that she was covering today was women who are single by choice. And so of course, you know that when it comes to things talking about women, who's always the first to jump in and give their opinion, unsolicited, might I add? Men, okay? And so there were women that were, I don't remember how the topic came about. Usually it's from a TikTok or something, somebody saying that they're happy that they're single, or either it was a man that was saying that there's no such thing as a woman being happily single. And so I agree, but no, I don't fully agree. I disagree. I mostly disagree, but I understand why he says what he says. So first of all, when you take into account the fact that we live in a male-dominated world, okay? The world is dominated. It's based off of patriarchy. So that means that having a man means that you are more quote-unquote valuable. When you're married, you're more quote-unquote valuable. Why? Because you were chosen, okay? Mind you, I don't think that people consider the fact that it very much so matters the type of person that you're married to. Because if you're married to a man that is not generous, not kind, he just sees you as a piece of meat that he can use every now and again as a punching bag, whether physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, then that's what he's gonna do. And that's what a lot of men do. And that's why a lot of them are not happy in their marriage, because they settled for someone. I won't get too much on that, but bringing it back to single women, or women being single by choice, why I feel like it's true that they can be happy single is because when you've really done the work on yourself, the self-love, you validate yourself, you're not looking for something outside of yourself. You also have a come to self, come to Jesus, come to spirit, come to divine moment that you realize, like, I love myself so much that if for some reason I did not find the quote-unquote love of my life, I would have to just be fine being by myself. And it doesn't mean that I'm gonna go around being negative or hating other people because they're in relationships, or being anti-love or any of that stuff. It's just sometimes what you want, I'm not gonna say it's not out there, but some people don't have the opportunity to actually meet the true love of their life. It really is a blessing when you see people that are together and they're actually compatible and they're actually best friends outside of them being married. It's a true and genuine thing. And I honestly think that it's rare, because I feel like a lot of people are married for convenience, for convenience, just to say that they're married just because they feel like it validates them, and so on the other side of that is, women that are single by choice, but they're really not happy being single because they really do long to be in a relationship. They really do want companionship. They really do want that. And there's nothing wrong with wanting that. But the desperation is what's going to throw them in. It's going to scare men off, because you're just so desperate and you're willing to accept anything. But it's when you take that desperation out, also your pickings become slim. And so this is how you have women that are single by choice, because the dating pool, which I'm not in, but I've heard, and a few years ago I tried, and yeah, it does have piss in it. There's nothing out there. But then you also have to analyze yourself, because a lot of times you attract what you are. There's a version of yourself that if you attracted a shit person, there was something in you that was lacking boundaries that even allowed that person in, right? And I think a lot of times we don't like to talk about that as women, because yeah, it is true that a lot of men are the problem. It's true, it's actual and factual. But we also have to take the accountability and realize that it be us too. Like, we don't always want to acknowledge that, but it's true. It's true. And so that's just kind of where I'm at. Like, I understand what the men are saying, like, you can't really be happy. Yeah, realistically, when you are in a patriotic world, a world based on patriarchy, we are taught that we are nothing without a man. We are taught that we are only here to serve and not be served. We are taught that we are validated once we have a husband. And, I totally disagree, because there are plenty of women who are happy without husbands. I have a great aunt who is living her best life. She might date or whatever, but she's not married, and she may or may not decide to get married later. And she's been married a few times, but she knew when to go. And that's the difference. Like, yes, if you want to get married, but make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Make sure that you're in a relationship for the right reasons. Don't do it because of what society's telling you. There was one girl in there that was saying, oh yeah, it's true, like I'm single not by choice, I'm single because what did she say? Because I can't find the man that I want, or whatever. I don't know. I'm not looking right now, so I don't necessarily feel like it applies to me. I also feel like what I would want wants me. I'm not going to go look for somebody or try to be with somebody who doesn't want me. Like, that doesn't make sense. And that is what a lot of women's issue is that we do be wanting the 6'5" man with a 6-figure earner and all this stuff, but it's just like, what are you doing to even match what he has? And mind you, I'm not saying, because I hate the conversation of what does a woman bring to the table. I think that a woman is valuable just by being a woman. Why? Because we make a house into a home. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of women who are crappy, who ain't shit, who have issues, who project, who expect something for nothing. There are a lot of women out there, but there are a lot of those women out there. But then there are a lot of women who put in the work, who put in the effort, who deserve a lot, but settled for less. I myself place myself into that category. I settled for less because my self-esteem was not high enough to think that I deserved more. Now I definitely know that I deserve more, and I'm not really looking for anything. My focus is myself. I'm the rich man. I will be the rich man. I will be my own sugar daddy. And then whoever else I attract will match me and then some. That's the way that it's going to be. But it's just, I definitely feel like it's possible to be single and be happy. I do. Because I feel like, although I am legally married, I'm living separated. I am separated. And I don't have any intention on being in that relationship, being in a marriage or anything. So that's that. But I don't know. I really do feel like it's possible to be happy single. I do. What are your thoughts? If you are a single woman, tell me your opinion. If you're married or whatever, tell me your thoughts down in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Let's start a conversation. Let's be nice. Let's not, if you're a man and you want to comment, that's fine. You don't have to be ugly. It's a community here. So let's talk about it. And if you did finish the video all the way, leave me a yellow heart. All right. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll check you in the next one. Peace.